What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's Maverick here today with another episode of Vivy. So, coming off the heels of an absolutely incredible episode 6, right? The visuals, the animation, the sound, the song, the actual context and story and all that. Mwah. Oh, that is so good. Coming into episode 7, well, it's gonna be hard to top that, right? In fact, I don't even know if it can be topped once again within this series. We'll have to see about that, right? And we left on some pretty, I guess a few foreshadowings, I guess you could say, where it seems that Vivy is maybe going to get corrupted in a way. I do have my thoughts on maybe how, in the end, Vivy is going to play a very crucial part in terms of the sort of AI uprising and whatnot, and then it might come full circle and so on and so forth, but, we'll have to see about that, right? It's really hard to say, especially with time travel and all that. You can never really count any kind of scenario out here. But in any case, we are done with the last arc, I presume, and so I'm guessing we're going into a new arc here. I mean, it's hard to say, right? This is the second half of the season, so they could change things up, but in any case, let's get into the episode and see. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Alright. What do we have here? Oh. Oh. What? Ah. Is this a cut into the opening? Oh, not bad, not bad. I do like that. I guess it makes a lot of sense as well to instantly change the opening here, since they already used the previous opening as a climax in the last episode. Damn, this is actually quite catchy. Huh, I'm actually really digging this. I mean, it's quite quintessential J-pop, but it's not bad. Hmm? What happened? Did something happen? I actually didn't see. Maybe I was focusing on the song a little bit too much. I'll go back in and rewatch it again later. How many years has passed to this point? Oh, actually... Huh. Was her memories repressed or something? Okay. I guess that was because of the suicide, right? Having the blood of Grace and the professor on her hands caused her to shut down, basically, become entirely corrupted. Hmm. Oh wait, that wasn't the opening? Okay, never mind. Alright. So do they kind of like write their own songs? Yeah, at this point, AI are pretty much completely, their own thing, right? These would all be her sisters, I guess. I guess this would be considered more of the little sister character. Yep. Yeah. She actually reminds me a lot of Right Shower from Uma Musume. Yeah, they're all from the sister line, basically. The sisters line definitely seem to be like the the aces of all the AI. I mean, they can basically do anything, right? Oh, she's 61. Right, and then she's just gonna dazzle everybody with her singing, right? Why is her dress so sheer? Alright. I mean, honestly, it's not bad, but I feel like it was just a tad overproduced. Big sis has got to be big sis, eh? Oh, he's going to try to find her. Hmm. Oh, and it's like, why do I have a combat mode? Oh, hey man. Oh, nice distraction. Again. Deja vu. Shouldn't she at least be a little bit, thinking of why she has like a combat mode? Or do all sisters have a combat mode? That's an interesting, like, new pet phrase she has, actually. Can AI forget? Well, I guess technically, if you have a limited memory space, you could clear it out for something new. Oh, how does she know he's here? Well then why? What the? This girl. Alright. Although I do wonder, like, did she wipe the memories by herself, like out of the out of stress, out of corruption, or did Matsumoto do that to her? I don't understand like what's with Matsumoto right now though. But Matsumoto was watching her all this time, but never actually fought to. Well, then why did you come back to her, though? Or has he actually formed a sort of bond with Vivy? This is interesting. uh, this diva is really being a diva, isn't she? Hmm. I guess radicals want to assassinate her or something, and then cause a big incident between AI and humans. Oh, suicide? Wow. Okay. Huh. Huh. Okay, that is interesting. Well, see you guys after this. Well, guys, this series definitely knows how to surprise people, right? I was certainly not expecting this kind of development, and it's quite unique, right? I was pleasantly surprised by this. I mean, who would have thought that at the end of the last arc, at the halfway point, we would have Vivy's memories being completely wiped due to corruption, due to her sense of self being overwhelmed by what she had done, and the end result that came from it, and, you know, go through like a complete reboot, a complete shutdown, a complete memory wipe, and then to even after all that to have this huge drastic personality change and I guess singing style change and whatnot, and allowing her to basically become the legendary diva, right? So really, it's really a interesting take on this. I do wonder if something like this happened even back in the original timeline. I guess it's really hard to say for now, but definitely it is intriguing, right? How things have appeared to evolve in this way. And it's definitely got you wondering, like, what is going to happen when she regains her memories, right? Because obviously she's working with Matsumoto now. There has to be a time when she does fully regain her memories, right? Maybe it's not going to be immediately, right? I do feel that, you know, I have a sneaking suspicion that maybe she will just continue on with Matsumoto as her current self, right? And that would constitute the latter half of this anime, where she is working with Matsumoto in her diva capacity instead. I do wonder about that, right? Because you do have to wonder if the former trauma was enough to cause her to completely shut down, right? In human terms, it would be like going insane, going crazy, whereas in AI and computer terms, it would be like having a blue screen of death, right? Your computer crashed, and so you need to like completely reboot, and you know all the data is corrupted and whatnot. You got to do a full wipe and restart. So I don't see how it would make sense for her to regain the memories of everything she did here and then still remain sane, right? Unless they want to go through a route where they she continuously crashes and reboots, right? Which could also be possible, although to me, I feel like that would be kind of lame, right? Because every single time we're gonna have to have Matsumoto reintroduce himself to Vivy here, or sorry, to Diva here, right? So we'll see about that. Definitely, right, as of right now, I'm leaning more towards maybe she'll pick up her memories later on down the line, right? Like maybe 2 or 3 arcs later, like near the end of the story and whatnot, where everything that she's done in between, right, all the other stuff that she's done is able to kind of offset the sort of big, the big trauma point that she has, if that makes sense. So we'll keep an eye out on that. The other thing that we should talk about here is obviously, the focal point of this particular arc here, right? Which is Ophelia. And I do think that they make things quite obvious here. Like if they go a completely different direction, I would be shocked. But at this point, there are more than enough hints to say what her problem is going to be and what it's going to be about, right? The fact that she is literally named Ophelia, right? Of the Princess Ophelia, I believe, from the Shakespeare play Hamlet. So we got that kind of reference going on. Her song is literally called an elegy, right, which is basically a song to mourn the dead. And also, looking at the lyrics of the song, it's definitely depressing and dark and sad and so on and so forth. And she even says in when describing her past to Diva, right, how she used to travel with a sound AI and whatnot, and now that sound AI is gone, right? I think it's not too unreasonable to assume that maybe she was in love with that sound AI or something of that sort, or at least that was a very, very treasured loved one, and she is just going to she's basically in depression as of right now, right, at this point, and so she is going to kill herself at the end of once she. I guess there's different ways that she can justify it to herself, right? Like one is maybe the full. Maybe that is sort of like completing her mission in regards to really singing everything out from her heart, and then after that there's nothing left anymore to she's finished all she needs to do, and so she wants to join someone else, that kind of story, or maybe we can look at it from a more human kind of perspective, as ironic as that is, and say basically just the emotions overwhelming her or something, but actually no, because this has to be predetermined, right? I don't think it's really a spur of the moment thing that she's going to decide to kill herself on stage. So she must have been planning this for a long time now. So again, it might be in line with her emotions or in line with her mission, right? And in fact, these two might actually be overlapped or something. Or I guess. We can look at it from this more, I guess, romantic kind of way. Romantic, I guess it is kind of romantic, right? Dark romance, if you will. But then there's another part of me that's thinking it might also go another way, which is, I guess for this, I need to kind of accept the concept of a thorn bird, right? So this is like a myth, a legend. Basically, it's like there's this bird that it's called a thorn bird and whatnot, and that it keeps on trying to find the perfect thorn for it, right? It spends its entire life searching for the perfect thorn, and then once it finds it, it pierces itself right through that thorn, and then in its dying breaths sings the best song that it can sing, right? It literally killing itself for the purpose of achieving its goal of singing the most beautiful sound it can sing, right? Which there's so many things wrong with this, right? Like from an evolutionary perspective, that would absolutely make no sense. But it does form a sort of like romantic kind of concept here, right? And romance as in very idealistic, right? Giving it all, like what bigger sacrifice is there than to give your life for the sake of completing your art, or for AI for the sake of completing their mission, right? Hey, that kind of fits in. So I guess they could go that kind of route as well, which would still tie into the sort of I want to complete my mission kind of thing here. So yeah, we'll have to see which direction it goes. It can go for the more I can't bear it anymore, that emotional kind of dark kind of story, or more for the mission oriented kind of story here. So we got that in mind. How is that? I do wonder though, like, I mentioned at the beginning that I don't think they're going to allow Diva to regain all her Vivy memories immediately. But actually thinking about it, the fact that this particular arc deals with an AI with suicidal tendencies, I think that might be enough to jolt her, to prevent Diva, I mean, from going crazy once she regains her memories. Maybe because she gains some more inspiration or whatnot from the events that happen here, right? So I do wonder about this. And then you also have to wonder, like, why Matsumoto is showing his, like, why this is actually a particular singularity point, right? The fact that an AI killed herself. So, like, what is the importance here? Like, why is this a singularity point? Does it mean that AI are much more emotionally advanced than once perceived and whatnot, so they do have these concepts of sacrificing themselves for something else? Or maybe it's because, I don't know. I actually don't know. If you think about it like this, maybe it's not because of the mission, right? Maybe the reason that it's so that it's causing such an uproar is because instead an AI is sacrificing itself and willing to take its own life for the sake of something other than its mission, right? I think that is also a pretty interesting perspective here. Yeah, I think that actually makes a lot more sense, right? Otherwise, why would an AI just killing themselves be so problematic or whatnot? I mean, you could say, like, the Estella and Elizabeth, they kind of technically killed themselves, right? I mean, it was in order to save humans or save people and whatnot, but still, it was for the sake of the mission, right? So the only reason why I feel like this might cause such an uproar is, oh, we'll have to see. But one thing I think we can also agree on from this episode is how far AI has come already, right? They're basically, completely on equal with humans now in terms of what they're doing and all everything, right? Like they basically handle themselves and whatnot. Yeah, I think at this point in time, they're literally indistinguishable. Going back to some of the talks I had in previous episodes, there is this tipping point where there is really no need for humans anymore in this world, right? Like, AI are just superior in every single which way. Although I did find it kind of funny that all the sound production staff for this particular festival were humans instead, right? Of course, they did say that this festival is done to sort of bridge the connection between humans and AI and whatnot, but still, it's got you thinking that why aren't there AI that's here also, co-working together to make this festival, and instead it's just AI singers versus human production staff, right? Interesting thing. And by the way, are there no human singers anymore? Because that's kind of sad, isn't it? They're taking our jobs. All right. But yeah. Anyways, so that's basically it. And obviously, we still have this other kind of thing out there, which is the boy that Vivy actually saved all the way back. So I guess that wasn't exactly the leader of the TOAC, and it was actually someone else entirely. Is he still part of TOAC and whatnot? Don't really know, but hey, the fact that he's here means that he has taken a big interest to Diva, right? Yeah, and by the way, also another thing is, why was Diva suddenly attacked, right, inside the warehouse and whatnot? So I think beyond just the suicide that Ophelia has, there's some other stuff going on around here as well that maybe completely renders my theories here trivial, and it's going in an entirely different direction. Like, maybe TOAC is involved somehow, and they're trying to force Ophelia to suicide herself. Don't really know. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this episode. Oh, and by the way, I guess one last closing thought. The new opening, really dig it. We would think that, it's hard to match the epicness of the previous opening, right? But I gotta say, I do really like this song very much. The elegy, though, I know that what they're trying to go for, but I feel like it's just a little bit too overproduced, a little bit too robotic. You guys get what I mean? There's definitely an overproduction on the vocals and whatnot, and I kind of feel like for an elegy, I want instead to hear the raw emotions in her sound instead, right? Does that make sense? Anyways, who knows? Maybe next episode I'm going to get my wish, and it is going to be a song completely from her heart, just herself, right? I hope so. I certainly hope so. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.